Spain's interesting because they pushed really hard, right? So they had reported a couple of times prior to that outage that they were 100% renewable,
Renewable.
right? Yeah, which in and of itself is quite impressive. But what they had happen is, in broad terms, I haven't seen the investigation report yet. I don't think there is one. I think there's a lot of,
Cover-ups.
yeah, there's Red Electric, who's the big grid operator over there, is not being particularly forthcoming, is my understanding. So there may have been some management decisions that were a bit questionable leading up to that. But regardless, they lost 15 gigawatts of solar instantly over the course of about 3.5 seconds, I think it was, something like that. So, and then basically the grid just couldn't recover from that, right? So, and I think probably the reason it was such a big amount was that there was probably sort of a cascading
One
effect.
after the
So,
other. Yeah.
yeah, so what happens is the inverters and things are really, really sensitive in these systems and they don't like frequency changes and things like that. So you get, let's say one solar farm drops out, it'll have a ripple effect to the next one and the next one. And there are ways, but it's very hard to protect against that. Even, there's a lot of commentary around grid forming batteries and things like that. So having batteries there that would be able to provide synthetic inertia and things like this. But I mean, this is really, really sort of cutting edge stuff, and it's not been done at scale. So it's almost technology that doesn't really exist. It exists
Huge
in concept,
gamble.
but it doesn't really exist practically. So there's a lot of faith
I
in
mean,
these.
one takes gambles in something that is, or just something wishful thinking, but you don't take a gamble on the very basics of a modern civilization, energy. And we seem to have no qualms, most of us these days.
Yeah,
Our representatives seem to have no qualms doing that.
I don't think it was well understood how significant that was and how lucky they got that they were able to get back online as quickly as they did. Like if you live in a big city, for example, the number of people that were trapped in lifts that day was a lot, right? The transport network broke down completely. They had no domestic water supply as well. So after everyone's flushed the toilet once, that's it. All the mains pressure's gone, and like there was a lot of issues. So it wasn't just that you couldn't watch TV and the aircon wasn't working, so you went outside to the park, right? It's more material than that. People couldn't purchase things. Everything failed, right?
Yes,
So
the
they were
big
down for
lessons
about
there.
10 hours, I think it was, something like that, right? But if it had rolled over into the next day, it would be a very different story. Society's only sort of super thin, right? The veneer of society is super thin. And when people get under pressure like that, then things start to go bad really quickly. Yeah.